So group green, companies, employees and the managers are 20% more productive compared to group red companies. Recruit them is a cost, and then keeping them is a cost, and when they leave, it's still a cost too. So they can outperform their competitor who does not have a great middle manager and leadership team by 13 times. It's not just 2 times, 4 times, 8 times. It's 13 times they can beat their competitor out because they don't have a great middle manager and leadership team. Is it you raising thing in a company and is not moving forward? You raise idea and then you don't know what's happening after that one. Your team has a leader and manager, but they don't even like to talk to each other. All the managers don't even talk to each other too. Even you're considering to hire another manager who can also do the coordination between all the managers. If this sounds like to you, you're most likely gonna like this video because I'm gonna help you to identify and give you a particular direction so you can work on that one and build a better team. We have done a specific research on this problem, which I just highlighted before. So in the research work, 40% was from multinational company, 40% was a local corporate, and 20% was established startup. That means they're not just opening and shutting down, they're really to established startup. And so in the research, we find out these are the 3 key insights, which is a really game changer for us and which I will share with you. So most likely it's going to be a game changer for you as well. So we split all those companies into 2 groups. So we call it Group A, which we call it Group Red. So they had a business growth less than 5% since the last 3-year period of time. And we take them to the next group, which is called Group 2, we call it Group Green, and they have a business revenue growth around more than 25% since the last 3 years period of time. And we find out what is the key differences between all those things. When we find out this one, these 2 companies, one of the fundamental things they have different is about their leadership team is actually directly, not just indirectly, directly connected to the growth, means revenue growth of the company. So now, how does really that direct connection come into the play? So the first thing is about so Group Green, companies, employees and the managers are 20% more productive compared to Group Red companies. So when it comes to the business acumen and expertise, the Group Green companies are directly more involved by 16% when it comes to driving profitability of the company. And there's one insight coming out from Big 4, and they say this one, the company who has a great middle manager and leadership team, they can outperform their competitor who does not have a great middle manager and leadership team by 13 times. It's not just 2 times, 4 times, 8 times. It's 13 times they can beat their competitor out because they don't have a great middle manager and leadership team. So now, how to keep this all the leadership team member, right? And then recruit them is a cost, and then keeping them is a cost, and when they leave, it's still a cost too. So one of the fundamental things we find out, Group Green paid much significantly lower compared to the cost of Group Red in terms of keeping their managers. Actually, we even deep dive into it and we find out this one, Group Red companies paid almost 90% to 200% of the middle management salary in terms of recruiting, hiring and firing their middle managers. So that means they almost paid 3 times of the salary of the middle managers just in hiring, retaining and firing their middle managers. That is a significant amount of money which directly cut from one thing, which is called yearly margin of the revenue, because simply is about every business have a profit margin end of the year. So this 90 to 200% is directly deducted from the yearly profit margin of the company, and that is one of the things actually balanced out and pushed them under only 5% business revenue growth, and profit margin was also been struck, stagnated and even suffering or even negative in that purpose as well too. So how can we solve such kind of problem? How can we build a great leadership team? So when we want to solve these leadership problems, one of the fundamental things we need to do is about we need to step back and we need to look into it actually what is happening in the business right now. So what is business is happening right now is about the business is missing one fundamental thing, particularly for group red. It's about a flywheel effect. So when we have all the leadership people in the company and all the different employees and executives, the goal is about creating a workforce flywheel so we can continuously move forward and creating micro breakthrough to take the company from one level to the next level. So let me explain to you what is one level to the next level means. So when you talk about different business level, there are 5 levels of business right now. So level 1 is about $0 to $1 million business revenue. I really want to say this on business revenue because this is something very accurate, and because the valuation could be very different from and subjective, because different people can value a simple business in a different way too. So let's stick to one tangible and matter, which is about business revenue. So $0 to $1 million business revenue is called revenue level 1, which is basically about a kind of startup business. And then we have level 2, which we have $1 to $10 million business revenue, which is kind of like a established startup, family businesses are in this space. And then we have a $10 to $100 million business revenue. Most of the local pharmaceutical companies in this space, Sando, e-commerce business normally in this space. And then we have $100 million to $1 billion business revenue. That's a level 4. So normally Grab, this kinds of company are in this space. And then we have a billion to $100 million business revenue. So in this space we have Unilever, we have Masud, we have those big companies are on the space too. So now when we talk about, normally every company belongs to one of the levels. And the particular mission of the senior executive, CEOs, C-suite level executives, they are hired in the company to do one thing, because shareholders hired them to help the company move from one level to the next level. So when we are really pushing to take the company from one level to the next level, one of the fundamental things this all executives need to do is about creating a flywheel effect. A flywheel effect in a workforce, so the workforce can continuously keep creating micro breakthrough to take the company from one level to the next level, which will be a breakthrough from one level to another one. How to create that breakthrough? To create the breakthrough, the company needs to create 3 fundamental columns into the workforce. The first one is about discipline people. The second one is about discipline process. The third one is about discipline culture. So these are the 3 columns you need to build on. I built it on a specific another video to explain all the 3 columns. You can check it out end of the video. But right now, let's focus about the problem I stated. So initially, all the problem I mentioned about the cultures of the peoples and leadership issues is typically we need to focus on the column number 1, which is about disciplined people. And actually, the disciplined people is a more fundamental column it is, because if we don't build this column right, the other columns cannot be built as well too. Because other column need a support from this core column called disciplined people. So now, how can we build this disciplined people column? So when we want to build this disciplined people column, we need to identify where we are at a company. So very much we need to go back to the root. Where is the company right now? And where the company wants to go. So normally this answer is very much about last year business performance, balance sheet is there. The second thing is about what is the CEO's business strategy for next 3-year, 5-year period of time. So these are the 2 things is the source of answer of this one. And then we need to assess ourselves this one, that how many leaders we need in different level to achieve to that goal. It's about the most practical manner is about these 5 levels of executives we need to have in our organization. So now, what are those 5 levels? So level 1 is about highly capable individual. Level 2 is about highly contributing team members. Level 3 is about competent managers. Level 4 is about effective leaders. And level 5 is about level 5 executive who can inspire, who can drive missions, who can take people on a long journey to create a big success together. So that's level 5. So now, the goal is about looking at these 5 levels and firstly articulate how many people do we need in different levels to achieve the goals where we want to go. And then running a specific assessment on the whole workforce to find out how many people do we have in each of the levels. So now we have two numbers, right, in different 5 levels. So subtract these two numbers, and then it will help us to find out the gaps which we need to achieve to get to the number 2. And now the company needs to have a specific mission and project upskilling, not only just hiring, because hiring is often very expensive because it comes with replacements and retraining, a lot of stuff. So focusing on firstly about reskilling, so to take the people from one level to another level so we can close the gap, and also having some specific onboarding of new talent and onboarding partners and consultants to close the gap too. And when you can close the gap, that means now we have the right resources in terms of in 5 levels to drive this forward too. So now put all this together, connecting in a right way by using the other 2 columns, which is discipline process and discipline culture, so we can make a rock solid column into the business so the business can create an impact and which will be and act like a flywheel into the business, which will take the company from one level to the next level by having micro breakthrough into the workforce. So this is all the things need to be done. So now you probably think that is there any other more detailed aspect into it too. So for this one, I have brought all together and write down a book. It's called 100x Business Workforce. It's a toolbox for business leaders and HR professionals who can use that book to create this all factor to micro breakthrough by the workforce to take the company from one level to another level too. So you can check the description of the video. There is a link over there. You can join the pre-order list and you can get a book, and then you can apply into the book as well too. And if you still have questions about this one, go ahead and comment the video. Myself or my team will get back to you and give an answer into it. And if you find this video is useful for you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up so the algorithm can understand person like you can get benefited from watching this video too. So the algorithm will send this video to other viewers like you as well. And with this one, let's wrap this one, and I will see you in the next video. Are you looking to make your workforce more productive and effective? Yes, right? So then I have a great news for you. So check out the description section of this video. There is a bunch of scorecard for you. So what is this scorecard for? So those scorecard can help you to assess different aspect of your workforce present situation. And then when you take the scorecard, you will get understanding of your present situation. You will get industry benchmarks. And not only that, you will also receive our expert advice as well too. So you can tackle them and make your workforce more productive and effective as well too. And one more great thing, there is no fees for scorecards. So feel free to use and also share to your friends and other colleagues as well too. And if you need more our help, so check the also description section. There is a link for us where you can book an appointment with our expert to have a conversation as well too. Are you a business or HR leader? Then this is an excellent challenge for you. So don't forget to subscribe right now so you don't miss out the next valuable insights and tools and guidelines from us.